Hey, this is Paul, and this is just a quick look at the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. And usually, I'm really excited about the Fold phones, but this year I'm more excited about the Z Flip 3, which, if you have a look in the description, eventually there will be a link to a video that is very similar to this as well. But we are going to unbox the Z Fold 3. If you pre-order this, you get a couple of things actually. So, of course, you get the phone, which we'll get to in a minute, and then you also get this little bit of extra as well. So, in this little bit of extra, what it is that Samsung, if you pre-order the phone, they give you a case, which is not too bad, but not that I'll ever use it. And for the first time ever, is that you get an S Pen. And why? That's because you actually get S Pen support for the first time on a Fold, and that scares me because these phones are usually pretty delicate, but not this time round because they have got that Gorilla Glass Victus that is on this. So now that means you actually can use an S Pen. You can get two pens for this. So you can get this one, which is just the free pen, which is about £44 if you want to buy it. And then of course you then get that S Pen Pro. But back to the phone. So I've gone for the Phantom Green Fold 3 this year, and the green on this is actually really subtle. It's like a darker kind of, I would say, forest green, and because of that, I really like it. It's a really nice green. And then when we talk about the Fold 3, it's a bit of a beast of a phone, actually. So 5 different cameras, and you get that under the screen camera, which there's a lot of videos that say it's really noticeable, and it kind of is. So when you're looking at this phone and it's on a white background, you can see that camera that's there. It's weirdly pixelated, but it is a little bit more hidden when you're on a darker background or you're probably watching like YouTube. You can't see it as much, but what I'm trying to say is that it is noticeable. So on a light background, you can see it, but I don't think it's something that's going to be that annoying. I think, you know, you get used to a notch on an iPhone, so I'm sure that this will just disappear as well. That camera is under a display, and it is under a 7.6 AMOLED display, and I love this. So flipping it open from that smaller screen to the bigger screen. Like last year, I absolutely loved it, and I know again this year, having that 120 Hz display, I'm just gonna love it again. It just gives you that little bit of extra room, and it is like having a tablet in your pocket, and for watching content, who doesn't want it? I know last year I used the front screen a little bit more, but this year I'm gonna try and make a bit of an effort to use that inner screen as like a proper Fold phone. And it got a bit brighter this year. That was one of the main complaints last year, that it wasn't bright enough outside. So now it should be at 1200 nits. And like I said, outside when it's bright, this becomes really handy. It comes with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, so it's going to be snappy. And talking of snappy, it actually has that Snapdragon 888 in this, so things like multitasking, gaming, doing as much as you want to do on this phone is going to be absolutely lovely. But one thing that you can still see on this phone in that display is that crease, and it's obvious. It's noticeable, but when you're using the phone, it doesn't feel like it's really there. Like your finger does feel it, but it doesn't kind of stop you from using the phone. You kind of get used to it. So, you know, it's not too bad, but one thing you now get, which I'm very excited about, I didn't think we'd get this for a while, is that you get water resistance in a folding phone. Only a couple of years ago, we'd never seen a folding phone, and now we're getting water resistance in one. So it's IPX68 water resistance, which means that, yeah, you can drop it in some water, but it isn't resistant against dust. So still dust can get inside there and it could damage it. So you still need to be a little bit careful. The battery on this is 4,400-ish milliamp hours. And last year the battery was good, but it wasn't great, and that's because you've got 2 screens to power and that massive screen to power. So the battery hasn't gone up from last year, it's still the exact same. So we'll have to see whether it has improved at any point for this year. Hopefully it has, but that's something we'll have to have a look at in a couple of weeks when I've had a bit of time to play with this. All in all, the Z Fold 3, again, really exciting phone. Maybe a bit too expensive to be mainstream just yet, but it's getting there. And it is exciting, but one thing that is scary, it is using that S Pen. I'm really scared that when using that S Pen, I'm gonna push a little bit hard on the screen, because last year, a fingernail in and it'll damage it. Like, you get those warnings before you get into the phone about how you have to be careful, but then they go, here's a pen, get writing. So scary, but very exciting at the exact same time. So Let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, like and subscribe as well, because that does really help me out. And the same video is coming about the Z Flip 3 as well, so that will be in the description at some point, but I will get that up as soon as possible. So if you like this video, hopefully we will see you in the next video.